Okay, so this will be probably our shortest podcast.
Yeah, we're going to do this quick little chat. We don't have much room on our memory card.
And the Zoom won't format nothing. So welcome back, everybody. This is going to be just one about conventions. It's very general, so whatever comes to mind, we're going to say.
I know I don't have too much. You have a lot more convention experience than I do because you have actually gone to conventions as a guest. I have not. I've only been there to work at them or to
I
be a
started
vendor.
her working them too, because I worked them, and then I was like, actually, you wanna come do this with me? Because for some reason I have done them by myself, and now after doing them with Ashley, I never want to do them by myself. But we haven't even worked in the same.
So much fun.
No, but we haven't worked in the same sections at all when we've worked.
Except for our first one.
Except for our first one, which was like one day.
Yeah.
Which was one day, but I think it's just more like a comfort level.
Yeah, I as have mentioned in previous things, I get very anxious in social situations, so I don't like going anywhere, especially somewhere new. I mean, if it's like a normal place, I go to a lot.
I need a
I'm
plan
fine by
type
myself.
of thing.
Yeah, but if it's somewhere new, I don't want to go unless I have somebody with me that I know and I'm comfortable with.
So, Ashley and I just started our friendship, basically, that summer. So obviously this was after we've graduated. Mm-hmm. I asked Ashley if she wanted to work a convention with me in Boston. And for this convention, we were zombies.
Yee. We were dressed. we worked as zombies for photo ops. So they had this like attraction. So you said it was Walker Stalker, right? Yeah. So it's like a zombie like Walking Dead themed convention held in Boston. I don't know if they're doing them anymore.
It's combined with their Heroes one, so it's all in one now.
Okay. Because I was like, oh, that'd be sad if they stopped. Because that was a fun one. Because it's on the smaller side, so it's like it's big, but not like super overwhelming. Mm-hmm. Granted, again, like I didn't get to really walk around it to see what was going on because we were working it. But it was just kind of like this area up on like the second floor, kind of off to the side, like outside of one of like the signing rooms.
Yep.
And they had like a background set up with like tents and like a chain
and
wall.
We got our makeup done. And real quick before I forget. There was a celebrity that walked by our table and actually growled at him, not knowing that he was actually a cast member.
Nope.
And he just laughed, but like, and I looked at Ashley, I'm like, Ashley,
I was like, what?
He's a guest.
So what? That doesn't mean he can't be part of the experience.
No.
Yeah, I don't know celebrities. I didn't know like anybody who is going. I still don't know anybody. If somebody walks by, I'm going to be completely clueless. And it's like, I don't care. You're a human being. Grr.
Our, people thought, though, that we were so good. They're like, are you actually from The Walking Dead?
Yeah.
Did you actually play zombies? I'm like, oh.
I still have...
Grr. Because we never spoke.
Yeah. So I don't know what they did before, if, like, people didn't...
we committed
if they weren't in
the whole day.
But we were like, we don't know what we're doing, so we're just going to stay in character. And I'm like, this is a good acting exercise.
And because I had retainers, I could snap my teeth and not actually hurt my teeth.
I can't.
So I did that a lot. I know we made people nervous because at one point, like, I was staring at somebody into the eyes and he just went, you have pretty eyes.
Oh yeah, we made so many people uncomfortable. It was so much fun.
We jump scared people.
So like I said, they had this like little tent propped up, like an actual like camping tent. So I went inside it and like hid along the side, and there's like a zombie like fake one in there. And I would wait for people to come out, and I would, like, jump out and growl at them. And
I would signal her and be like, let's go.
And people screamed and, like, jumped and launched themselves across the room. It was so much fun. We got so many scares.
We had a lot of fun. And there was this one point, I think there's still pictures floating around with me with this kid. But, so, obviously, I've been doing this all day, and, like, now my brain's wired just to growl and be scary. So when she's like, you know, be friendly zombies for a child, I went to smile, but I like did like a growly like scary face, and then like the person went like our handler, the makeup person went, I just say that, you know, went bad zombie, and I was like, oh. But the kid actually went for it and growled back at me.
It was such a cute picture.
And I was like, oh, thank God. Thank God the kid was into it, because I I went to smile, and since I haven't smiled in 2 days, because we did this for like the whole weekend, I growled, and I was like, damn it.
It was this tiny little girl. She was probably only like 3 or 4.
I was like down on
I
all
was like on
fours.
her other side, and it was just the cutest thing.
Yeah.
I had another kid hit me in the face with a toy sword.
Yeah.
Because we were propped up. We have like prop like weapons and stuff. So like people posed with us, they fought us, ran from us, did whatever. I was like face to face with this young boy, probably like 8 or 9, and I went and jumped, and he went and like jumped. So his sword hit me in the face, and he was like and he looked mortified that he hit me in the face. But it was fine. It didn't hurt. It kind of like got like a clump of makeup that I had on the bridge of my nose.
But it was
like,
But we were just casually doing it, and then just like one day, like, so then we went and had lunch break, and because we had like a line set up if people wanted to come, and
like
people were just casually,
people
were just like casually coming. Some people just wanted pictures with the set. But anyways, we went out to lunch, and when we came back, the queue was full.
It was completely full,
and
like,
people
out of the line.
And people were waiting for us, and I was like...
we poked around the corner, and they were like, it's the zombies! And we were like, what? And, like, went back in. But it was so funny. Like, we became, like, a main attraction. Like, people were like, hey, do you know where the zombie photos are? Because just word was getting out. And it was
the very last day, I wasn't a zombie because I wanted to go work line. Someone was like, were you... Because my hair was really noticeable. It was shaved, blonde, blue tips. I've talked about this before. Yeah. And someone was like, were you the zombie from the weekend? I went, yeah. They're like, can I have a picture with you? And I was like, is normal me? Okay. So I took a picture with somebody the next day. But it was...
I was a zombie both days. And it was kind of sad. Like,
I did it 2 out of the 3 days.
Yeah.
I was tired.
Did
Guys,
I
it was
do
a lot
all
of
3
work.
days, or did I only
You did
do
all
2?
3.
I did do all 3? Okay. So I think I was a zombie for all 3 days then. Because
our first 2 days were amazing because of the people we had.
Yeah, we had like other people who were like fully committed. We had this like girl who was like doing like this weird contortion, like crawls on the ground. This other guy who was like pretty tall and like loomed over everybody, and he would like peruse through the line and like spook people.
We even took some walks around. We hid behind some pillars.
Oh, yeah. At one point at the end of the day one day, we were just so exhausted. There was this seat behind a pillar we were just sitting on, and we were just sitting on it, and people would go by, and we just go, "Grr," and they'd be like, oh.
There was one when we were working, a guest, well, not a celebrity, someone actually attending, asked if the security could walk them by us because they were scared, and the security guard was like, that's not what I'm here for.
And this was like a few years ago. I think I was like, we were 18.
Yeah.
And it's like, you think I look young now? Like, imagine like back then to be there. And it's like, if you've seen me in person, you'll know I'm puny. I'm 5 foot nothing. I'm short. I'm tiny.
And I'm only 3 inches taller than her.
Yeah, it's like, you could like bend me over your knee. And it was just so funny. It wasn't as good when she wasn't there, not just because she wasn't there.
No, it's because I wasn't there.
Our like zombie staff, like I think the others either weren't there that day or they got put somewhere else. But it was only me and this one other lady. And she wasn't like full zombie. She was talking to people, smiling at them. So she wasn't in character, whereas I was. So it like really brought down the creepiness. So it wasn't as much of a scare. And I think people were probably like, "Oh, it was better the other days." So it was kind of sad.
I don't know. That's just the one moment that I go, "Oh my god!" Like we're actually doing something because we had a full line of people, and people were like coming through and.
I would love to work it again. That was so fun. I mean, we were sore because, like, we were crawling on the ground, walking around. We were, like, our voices hurt because we were, like,
I made
like,
sure
growling.
My ankle was always, like, overturned, it looked like, and dragging my ankles and stuff, and snapping, growling.
So it was physically demanding, but, God, it was so worth it.
But that's because just the way we did it, because it doesn't have to be that way.
No, like, I'm really curious. We never got to ask, like, how they usually do it. If people are usually in character, if people are just like, hey, I'm dressed as a zombie, come on over and get a picture.
We just assumed to go all out.
Yeah, so we just did it in character, and it was so much fun.
The whole group, it's like we just all followed each other's lead, because we were all newbies.
It was a very good group. We all clicked very well.
I think it's because we're all newbies. They're like, do you know what you're doing? He's like, no. And it's like, do you know what you're doing? They're like, no.
So
we just all followed each other's lead.
And, like, our lead, like, the makeup artist and the person who was helping with, like, line control for us, they didn't really get to talk to us much because they were, like, off, like, doing the photo taking and, like, keeping the line, like, going around and interacting with people.
Yeah.
And so it was...
That was just so crazy to me that people just wanted to actually come and wait in line, by the way, because we were off on break. They waited in line.
Yeah.
To take pictures with us, and I was like, this is insane.
Yeah. It was very interesting. And then at one point, like, I had to go to the bathroom, so I kind of walked down the hall and used the bathroom. So I was just like a random zombie, and people were like...
And at one point we were drinking water, they're like, oh good, you do drink water. And I was like, yes, I'm thirsty.
But yeah, people tried so hard to get us to break character,
which
we did really well.
There was a few times that I wanted to smile, but I didn't because people were being quite hilarious.
Yeah, some
people
were wicked funny.
The interactions were just really fun with the people. It was...
I think that was probably my favorite convention experience, just because, like, that's also just something I liked to do, is improv. You don't have to do lines. It's just creepy and scary. They
would send us out as a group, like, hang us a sign that says, come take pictures with us, and we'd go for a quick walk and come back, and... I don't know if it's still like this. It's been a long time since
the day that it was only me and the other person. It was really hard to do anything because, again, like, she wasn't in character, so we weren't as creepy. There was only 2 of us rather than the 4. So, like, when there was, like, the 4 of us, sometimes, like, some people would be up in the pictures and then somebody else would be, like, creeping people out in line. And, like, I would go to, like, try to, like, creep people out in line, but then our, one of our handlers...
I just said that because I don't know what to call him.
He was like, come on, zombie, go back to the photo. So I couldn't really get to have too much time creeping people out just because, like, there's fewer of us there.
Yeah. It was fun, though.
It was very fun. I
was like,
I want to do that again.
Well, you're actually part of the thing. Like, if I was actually part of The Walking Dead, do you think I'd be here? But thank you.
I'd be like, if we were part of The Walking Dead, do you think these photos would be free? Just saying.
It was,
They could have made a pretty penny if they had charged, though. I don't remember how they...
I don't know if people would have actually paid for it, though.
No, because it wasn't on a professional camera. I think it was just on people's cell phones and their own cameras.
And there was one where someone had, like, a 360 camera, and they wanted us to, like, engage in battle. So I wonder where that went.
That was cool. Because I've tried, like, searching for, like, to see if anybody posted those photos. Like, we tried searching through, like, the tags, because it was, like, 2016? It was Walker StalkerCon Boston 2016, and we would go through, like, a ton of varieties under that tag to see if we could find any photos of us, and we never could. And we're like, we want to see these photos. Where did people put them?
In videos.
Yeah.
But yeah,
luckily, our the group had, like, a Facebook group for the
because the makeup artist took actual photos with a camera.
Yeah, she took, like, a ton of photos and, like, posted them all for us, so those are nice for us.
Yeah, we do go, we could occasionally just go ahead.
That's where the picture of you and the little girl is.
Yeah.
I want to look through those now because they're so
When
funny.
she realized the girl wasn't scared of me, she went and she was, like, snapping with me and the girl.
She was like, oh yeah, work it,
I'm just so happy that went well. Oh my god. There's, like, some other conventions. So as a guest, I've attended a lot too. And there's some that I've attended that it's like people get nuts over celebrities. And I kind of feel bad. There was one that I attended, and I went there for Norman Reedus, not because of The Walking Dead, but because of the Boudin Saints. And I wanted to get his autograph. And when I was, just walking around, it was a birthday gift to attend this convention. And you could hear, like, the workers saying, oh, a fan just bit Norman Reedus' ear because, because of walkers and stuff and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, why do people do that, right?
Violating.
Because they're gonna, like, ruin this for everybody else who are just behave and just want a nice little, picture saying I met you. And then you get some, like, people like that. Biting people's ears?
I think it was Jensen Ackles once told a story where one time he was at a convention. I think he was, like, just walking to it or walking around or something. He was, like, out, and this girl just spider monkey leapt onto him and just, like, hugged him. And it's like, these are normal people. They have their boundaries.
This is a PSA.
You are breaking.
Don't ruin it for everybody else.
Or just, like, make these celebrities, like, miserable. It's like, if celebrities seem like they're in, like, a bad mood...
they're normal people.
They are normal people. They have their own stuff going on. And working at conventions is exhausting, especially for the celebrities that are introverts. Because you are meeting hundreds, if not thousands of people. It's like signing your name, interacting with people. And it's like...
Because you don't want to give someone a bad
It's a very chaotic energy at conventions,
yes.
so they are just very draining.
Yeah.
No matter, like, what position you're at.
And
if you're a guest, a celebrity, a convention worker.
There was one I went to with Creation of the Vampire Diaries with my mom. Mm-hmm. And Ian, who plays Damon, he was talking about how, you know, in the very beginning when they first started doing conventions, that this girl asked if he could pretend to bite her neck for a photo. Mm-hmm. So he was like, yeah, okay. And I guess the dad got really mad that he tried suing him. So now, because of that, he doesn't do anything fun like that anymore. That's because so a dad tried suing him because his kid was underage. I'm like, but he didn't actually bite her.
If it's something
she asked, because, you know, he plays a vampire.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't actually bite her. It was a pose.
Yeah.
So now, because of that, they can't do anything fun like that, because obviously he doesn't want to accidentally cross more boundaries that he didn't even know was there if it was asked of him.
Yeah.
So now you can only, like, stand there and smile with him, and it's hard to do fun things.
Which is awesome, because some people have, like, hilarious convention photos where they get, like, them to do, like, awkward prom photos. Like, again, I'm thinking of, like, supernatural characters. Yeah.
There was one that I heard that this girl had this was for Supernatural, because I heard that Misha up for anything. And
he's pretty open, I'm sure he has his
and
limits.
this girl had a pool. She gave him a box of sprinkles. She sat down in the pool and had him pour them on her.
I'm not surprised. I think he would do that.
I mean, that sounds fun. I mean, it's not like he's the one in the pool getting sprinkles poured on him.
And I mean, he's not really making a mess, because all she's got to do is just pick up the pool and go. It's got to be hard for her to carry.
Yeah. But obviously, if you're watching this, you probably go to conventions yourself, or at least have been to one. Probably. Most likely. I feel like most people have at least gone to one at some point.
I'd love to go to one as a guest.
In one of our earlier, I guess you could say a podcast, because we sat down and talked, like when we were in our kitchen. We did go to a convention together where we actually had a table.
Oh yeah, we were vendors.
Yeah, and
we weren't selling anything,
no.
so vendors, but it's like we had a table to promote ourselves.
Yeah, and you can check out that. I'll put it
way back. It's somewhere.
I'll put it down.
Playlist.
It was like our first con, I think it's called. That was fun. We had Ashley in costume. We would change her into three costumes.
That was really cool for me. It was like...
She was in character the whole time.
Yeah, I was in character the whole time, which was fun. Got to creep people out, but at the same time, it also kind of took away from the experience, because I couldn't really interact with people.
People thought she was my child at one point, because she was in the child's dress, and she was sitting down, and she was, like, in our table just eating lunch. And people were like, oh, you know, that's so cute, you know. And I was like, she's, like...
I am a full-grown adult, ma'am.
It was fun, because when Ashley walked around, there was, like, guests, like, so celebrities that, like...
Yeah, we interacted with quite a few of them, because then
they're like, don't stop. They're like, you're doing good.
Yeah. And it was, like, it stinks, because it's, like, now I can say, like, hey, I met a couple of these people, but it's, like, I didn't technically meet them, because I was in character with them.
I asked them if they wanted her to break character, and like, no. And I was like, okay. I mean, because Mary Alice is just, she doesn't talk.
Are we allowed to say who we interacted with there?
Well, yeah. It's not like we worked for them.
Okay. Because
they're all sweet. I think Ken Page was one of them.
Yeah, that's Oogie Boogie, right?
Yeah, we gave them chocolates at the end of the day.
Yeah, because we were giving out chocolates just, like, as a thing to, like, hey, stop and buy,
Halloween.
Here's this. And, like...
Because we had a Halloween bucket.
Yeah, so, like, I was just being creepy, just handing out chocolates, just... as a nice thing, and also it had our business cards in it too, so it was a way to like help get our name out there. I don't know if it actually did or not.
No.
But then we had a ton left over, so we were like just going around to the celebrities being like, do you want some chocolate? We have a ton and we don't want to take it home.
And we put our cards in there.
So we talked to him, Mark Patton from Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yep.
Who was she was so sweet. What was her name? I can't remember.
She was from the Gremlins.
Yeah, she was from Gremlins. What was her name?
I'm really bad with names.
Is it Gwen? Catherine? Something? I don't know. She was an actor from Gremlins, and we went over to talk to her a few times just because she was so sweet and wanted us to come over and say hi. And she like kept trying to like get me to break character, and she was like, "Oh, she's good." And I'm like, "I'm really not."
Yeah.
But all I'm doing is just not talking. But we went by every time to show her every costume just because she was so interested, and she'd like keep her eyes open.
Yeah, and we're just walking around having a good time.
Talked to Jason Marsden with your mom. He was like, "Oh, that's cool." It was kind of brief. I didn't really talk to people.
The clown.
I was just about to say him. Matthew Thornton, is that his name?
I'm not sure.
No, that's not his name, is it?
He's Art the Terrifier. Yeah, he's really nice.
He was really nice.
Their whole team is actually.
He gave you guys some autographs, didn't he?
Yes, we got some autographs. Mm-hmm. We traded that with chocolate. They're like, oh, I feel like I should give you something. I was like, no, don't bother.
We're not doing this to get anything out of you guys. We're just getting rid of our extra chocolate.
I was like, don't bother.
You guys have probably had a long day.
So we walked away before they could give us anything.
Yeah. And we were giving them out to, like, the vendors and stuff. Because, like, we had, like, a full, like, huge box of chocolate.
Yeah, we made a few bags as leftovers.
Trying to get out. And we were like, it was already a pain to pack this car.
And people didn't accept them until we said we're vendors. So, like, also our cards in there. So if we did poison you, you could find us.
Yeah, we were like, we're vendors, just so you know, like, here's our info. Yeah, we're over here.
Then they took it after. We're like, we're vendors. We're not like guests, like trying to give you chocolate.
No, because we were going around, and it was also like the end of the day. There wasn't people, so we weren't like cutting it and like standing in lines to the people. We were just casually going up.
Hey, that was our first convention, and that's where we're going back because we were selected for Marialis.
Yes.
So full circle, baby.
So we're not going to be vendors. It's going to be more guests, but our film will be shown this September. Is that when it is?
Hopefully.
As long as, like...
COVID's
if COVID, like, dials down and, like, things are safe and the convention's
It's not going to be safe for a while, but they might figure out to make that safe. I would wear a mask regardless.
Yeah, it's still going to be way too soon. We still need masks.
Yeah.
But that'll be fun. And it is usually, like, it's not a super popular convention. I don't think, like, it's not one that people
It is like,
Really
nowadays.
It is getting bigger. Like, the horror community.
It has blown up, that's for sure.
Yeah, they're starting to get, like, more, like, high-profile guests.
Yes.
They had the Ghostbusters car, I think. Did they have the Impala? I don't know.
No, that was Rhode Island.
It was one of them they had it. But, they had the Ghostbusters car. They had, like, a bunch of people. Yeah, we were kind of in, like, an interesting area because we needed a place with a plug. So we were, like, right across from, like, Mark Patton and all of them. And we were also right across from they had, like, Freddy Krueger photo ops.
We think they waved at Ashley, but Ashley couldn't see and I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, see, the whole time.
So I have no idea.
As you can see, as I mentioned before, glasses. I am nearsighted. So,
Mary Alice does not wear glasses.
No, and I don't do contacts because my eyes can't take them and I wouldn't want them anyways. Yeah, so my vision was blurry.
So if you wave to her in costume at all, she won't see you.
You have to be, like, within 3 feet. Like, I can see, like, everything that's in this room. It's just, like, fuzzy and, like, has outlines. But, like, unless you're, like, 3 feet from me, I'm not going to be able to tell if you're making direct eye contact with me. So if you want to, like, interact, just come right up. Mm-hmm. And also, like, if you see us at a convention, if we're there, like, as Deblias, and not, like, volunteering, come say hi to us. Mm-hmm. Like, if you're at New Jersey Horror Con this September, come find us.
There's going to be one day. Ashley's going to be in costume for one day. One costume for a few hours. So if you guys really want to take photos with her in the few hours that she is in costume, let us know and we'll make sure we can post about it.
Which one are we going to do? We're going to do the haunted one, right?
No, we're going to do the middle dress.
The middle one?
So we're going to do her middle dress. She will walk down in her cloak. She's not going to wear it the whole time.
It's hot and heavy.
It's hot and heavy, but she'll put on the cloak when she's walking into them. And then she's going to take it off, and I'll be carrying it.
This is all news to me. I don't know what we're doing. She hasn't mentioned it to me
She'll be carrying it, but definitely the middle dress, because to me that's more important, especially because you saw it a lot in the short.
It is also just very eye-catching, so people are like, what are you wearing? It's like, this is a horror convention. Why are you here for a tea party?
So, yeah, she'll be at the doll, especially Mary Lou. She will be there for sure. But she will be, we're going to choose one day. Few hours.
I suggest with the costume probably a slower day at a slower time because it's hard to move around in. It's hard to hold things. Basically, if I'm holding my dress and the doll, I have no hands.
So basically what's happening, she'll just be walking in her dress. I'll be carrying the rest of the things. And when you want a photo, I transfer it over.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. If I have the cape on, too, I'm going to be holding that and the dress. So Mary Lou is all yours.
Yeah. So
unless we just get, like, a little baby stroller. Or just push her around in that. Could you imagine? That'd be hilarious.
Yeah, so we'll definitely, she'll have, like, her hair up and fun stuff. So, if you're going, hit us up.
Will I have to be in character or will I be me just
if people want to talk to you, they can.
dress, I'd be like...
Because you're in the middle dress, she would have talked.
Because I would like to talk to people, because, like I said, it was really hard and draining not being able to interact with anybody. I basically just had to sit there stone-faced, and because you're putting... At least for me, like, when you're putting yourself in that character, you're in the mood of that character.
She has a sad life.
Yeah, so she's a distraught soul, so it kind of just makes you feel miserable the whole time, even though you know you're not. You're having a good time, but it's just like a part of you where you're just like...
only in character because we were vendors, and we wanted that attention.
Yeah. It was also nice, too, that I didn't have to move around too much, and I could just sit there because, like, I had this, like, convention anxiety, which is just, like, anxiety. In, like, places like that where, like, I have, like, weird stomach problems, like, I'll feel kind of, like, nauseous and sick, and I'll be hungry but can't eat. And so, like, it's getting slightly better, I feel like, over time. But, like, my body will just not agree with me. It always happens at, like, every convention.
We even had Mary Lou in the rocking chair sitting next to Ashley. And I was rocking her with my foot, but people didn't see my foot, so they thought she was just they were rocking on her own.
Yeah, they thought she was like rocking on her own, or like it was like rigged up with something to like make it rock. And I'm like, no, her foot is right there.
But yeah, come say hi to us, and that stands for any convention. Anyways, what I was saying, any convention you see us, you can come say hi.
Yeah.
Unless we have like volunteer shirts on. I mean, you can still say a quick hello.
Mm-hmm. We just can't, like, stop and say hey because we're doing a job.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to be volunteering anytime soon. We have a lot going on.
Yeah, probably not.
Especially because of COVID, I'm still a little cautious.
Yeah, gonna be waiting for a bit.
But I think we can stop there. Any final statements about conventions?
I want to go to more as a guest. I would like to be able to do something like dressed up as a character too, like not one of ours, because it's like I have a ton of characters, because I have that Katara costume, I have a Sarah Sanderson costume, also from Spirit Halloween.
From my mom.
Yeah, from them, so it's not handmade. Also like this costume that we're gonna be making.
Oh my god, I would love to go out in the one that I'm gonna make, if it comes out right.
I mean, even if it doesn't, go for it.
Fingers crossed. I'm not going if it looks bad.
Still need to wear the robe that I made you to.
Yeah, I need to as well.
I think I talked about this a little bit in the video that I talked about my costuming, is that I made her a robe from Zuko in Avatar: The Last Airbender. It's one of his Fire Nation like robe cloak thing. She was like, "That looks cool. I want it." So I made it for her for her birthday.
I want a lot of things, guys. But yeah, I think that's it. If you guys have any questions or anything, I would say please watch our first con and more. I believe it's titled video. I will link it down below. It'll have a lot more info.
We can put it at the end of this video too, like over on this side or this side, whichever one we decide will be that one. And then over on the other side will be a suggested for... We can whatever do that else too. You might like, because we have a whole ton of stuff on this channel.
If you guys want
vlogs, games, shorts,
everything. But if you guys want to say anything to us about conventions, or if you met us at a convention, you can let us know.
If you were one of the people who took a picture of us in 2016 Walker Stalker Con Boston, we want to know.
She had a W on her forehead, and I had
should we include
bleach blonde hair.
Should we include the photo of us, the one that I used to have as my profile picture?
We can if
boom, right here. This was us.
We look like youngins, that's for sure. You can also let us know in the comments down below which conventions you like going to, any stories you would like to share with us.
What's your favorite parts of conventions?
Do you dress up?
Your favorite thing you've cosplayed as?
Who's your favorite celebrity to meet?
All the questions, including discuss with each other. Go, discuss.
Go talk to each other.
Yeah.
Go be nice.
Go mingle.
Yeah.
Play nice.
Go make some friends.
Alright, so we will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.
Bye, guys.